Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Najia, also known as the Alien Buried in Stories, and today I am doing my August wrap-up. And I did not read two of the books on my TBR, and that's for good reason, but I will get to that later. I started off the month with The Maidens by Alex Michaelis, and I absolutely disliked this book. I gave it 2.5 stars. I think I should have gave it less. Actually, on StoryGraph, I gave it 1.25. I feel like changing it altogether on Goodreads because I find it to be absolutely boring. The plot wasn't even carried throughout the story. It just seems like a whole bunch of ideas that never came together. And there was even a moment where Mariana, our main character, was being sexually assaulted twice by a dude named Fred, and he just kept doing things like holding her hand or like kissing her. I'm just like, no, where is the consent? And no matter how much she persists and says no, for some reason the idea of a man being interested in her is being romanticized. Like, what the hell? And then we're talking about detectives with students and professors with students, and it's being romanticized. I was just like, ew, very disgusting. I don't like how this is, and I am bothered. And I really thought it was going to be highly focused on dark academia, but it's more mystery than it is dark academia. I mean, dark academia is paired and coupled with mystery very well. Those two things go together. A lot of books will have dark academia with mystery, which is one of my favorite pairings. However, I did not like it for this book. I felt like the dark academia elements were lost. There was mentions of Greek mythology, very beautiful mentions of it. We're talking about mentions of Athena, and highly focused on Persephone and her mother. But I just didn't love this book. I think it's trash. And as I said, I wanted to give The Ancient Nine a chance because it's written by a man. I gave this book a chance because it's dark academia. It's a man writing about a woman, and it was absolutely horrendous. And I don't even know if I'm ready to pick up another book by a man. I think this is absolutely disgraceful, distasteful, and I want to throw it in the trash. I don't get how anybody could praise that book when there are so many things wrong with it. But as I said, I gave it a 125 on StoryGraph. I'm going to go with that review because I think it's the most accurate. And I gave it that review because I felt like it wasn't horrible, because I did love the mystery. Although I could predict some of the next movements by the characters, there was still some surprise within the story. So yeah, because even there was a plot twist at the end that I didn't see coming, but it was so abrupt and out of nowhere that I was just like, why is it even here? That's another thing. Like, that plot twist, why was it even there? Like, it just came out of nowhere. But yeah, that book was just absolutely horrendous. But the month was then Recovered by Saba Tahir, of course, and I read A Reaper at the Gates second, and absolutely loved this. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm sure that you saw how much I was fangirling over this book in my reading vlog, my 24-hour readathon reading vlog. And I think this may be my favorite book in the series. I absolutely related to Helene, and I found myself fully engaged in her story and her feelings, and I really loved that there was a shift in my like for Helene. I absolutely love her now, and I'm glad there's a shift because I really didn't want to come out of this series hating her, but who knows? I heard the next book has a lot of questionable things done, and who knows if Helene is a part of that. So yeah, I absolutely loved the shift in focus from the main two, Lai and Elias, to the side characters like her brother Darren and Helene, of course, and Musa, who is introduced in this book. Absolutely adore Musa. And I think it was so genius of Sabaa Tahir to so subtly just shift the view from the main two to some of the side characters, because as I said in my reading vlog, if she continued down the path of making Elia and Elias the main focus, it would have became boring. Although I really love them, I think it would have became a little boring. So I actually enjoyed that little shift, and I have so many tabs and so many dog-eared pages, and Sabaa Tahir has my heart. Sabaa Tahir has my heart. After I read that gorgeous book, I picked up a horrible book because I am insane. And judging from that sentence, you guys should know what it is. And that is Social Creature by Tara Isabella Burton. And let me tell you, this was absolutely horrendous. I read Horrid. I believe that was July. And that was a villain origin story that was exquisite and very much on brand. And I actually enjoyed that. Villain origin stories are very hard to write. It's very hard to make it engaging and very hard to make it enjoyable, like to an extent, because you can't really be like, oh, I like hearing about people getting killed, because that's weird, like what the hell. But you do enjoy the way the writer, the author, writes about it. So for this book, that was the latter. I did not enjoy this villain origin story. It's absolutely horrible, and just the commentary, especially with the two characters, is just disgusting. Because not even just the two characters, all of the characters in this book is just disgusting. As I mentioned in my vlog, the racist and homophobic and sexist commentary was definitely too comfortable for me. When authors write very problematic character like commentary, it's never as comfortable and malicious as I've experienced in this book. And yeah, I gave this book 2 stars. On StoryGraph, I gave it 1.5, and the reason is because there was actually some really good pieces in this book, but if there wasn't that very malicious commentary and the disgusting ideas of mental health and the creation of a topic such as this character deserved to be used and abused, maybe I would have, liked it more. There could have been so much done with this storyline, this plot. There could have been so much done with it. However, the author decided to go down the very toxic yet very malicious route, and it's not pretty. It's ugly, and I absolutely hate this book, and trash. After I read Social Creature, I listened to Red, White, and Royal Blue, and that's by Casey McQuiston, and I gave that book 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. I think that is one of the most gorgeous romance books I have ever read, but I could be lying, because honestly, I'm probably going to say that about every romance book. But I think that this was so cute. I loved the literary elements. The mentions of Shakespeare and various other poetry pieces. I think Atticus, one of my favorite poets, was mentioned in this book. Oh my gosh. The Maidens also had a lot of Atticus in it, and no. But yeah, there was a lot of beautiful moments between the emails between Alex and Henry that I really, really loved. And I hated that they were outed the way they were. However, it's very realistic for the celebrity life that they lead, because honestly, there are so many celebrities that are being outed in the same manner that they were. Well, not exactly, but which is very disgusting. But I felt like that was very realistic, and it speaks to a lot of the disgusting things that society is about. So I think that book very much captured a lot. It spoke to me. It made me want to cry. I absolutely loved the way Henry stood up for Alex and the way Alex stood up for Henry, it's very gorgeous. And I think that was what, my second MLM book of the year, and I would have to say this beat Heartstopper Volume 1 for me. I think this is one of my top favorite MLM books, romance books. I think it's so gorgeous. I love it. After I read that stunning book, well, after I listened to the audiobook of that stunning book, I picked up another stunning book, For the Wolf by Hannah Witten. Absolutely love this book. I think this is gorgeous. I did not connect to it on an emotional level. However, it's still very gorgeous, still very stunning. I was captured from start to finish. I absolutely loved the commentary on the, well, not the commentary, but the lyrical writing about the characters. Like, there was this one point where, oh my gosh, so it goes like this. So now our main character is questioning her like for a love interest, but not really, because it was one-sided. But here's what the author writes. The complicated feelings she had felt for him were stars in a noonlight bright sky, memories drowned in new light. The lyrical writing is gorgeous in this book, and I'm absolutely obsessed, and I can't wait for book 2. I just need another edition of this. I want to collect all of the editions of this. Hannah Witten, where are the editions? I want to see hardcovers. I want to see gold sprayed edges. I want to see maybe silver. I think silver would suit this a lot. Or maybe even red. Red sprayed edges. That would be stunning. I just love this book. The Wolf. Ugh. This is amazing. The storyline was carried very well, and the ideas came together. I think one of my least favorite things, but also something that made sense, was the brief chapters between, like, let's say every 3, every 4 chapter that went back to her hometown and spoke on what they were doing. It was necessary, but I don't know, I just didn't like the commentary that those characters was giving, which is her twin sister. I absolutely hated what they were saying and the ideas that they were perpetuating, but hey, it was necessary to build the story that is For the Wolf. So I was supposed to read The Ancient Nine and The Dream Daughter, but I ended up starting them and not liking them at all. Well, not saying not liking them, I just think they're boring, because right now I am on page 22 of The Dream Daughter, and I'm just not vibing with it. It's a little boring, it's a little slow, because this takes place in the 1970s, starts in the 1950s, and then time jump to the 60s, and then gradually building up to 2005, and I'm just like, I don't know, it's taking too long, I'm bored. And then The Ancient Nine, I thought it was gonna have a little more of a kick to it, but it seems generic and I'm bored. So I decided to DNF both of those, and I ended up rereading Heartstopper Volume 1, and the second reread was so great. So I decided to go on to Heartstopper Volume 2, and I ended up crying my eyes out while reading it. It was gorgeous, it's stunning. There are subtle mentions of mental illness. It's not as great, it's not as it's not at the forefront, but it's definitely there, like simple hints of it, especially when one of the main characters started to question his sexuality. That is when it started to become a little more present. However, it's not the main focus of this graphic novel. So that is all the books that I read for the month. Oh, I gave Heartstopper Volume 2 5 stars, just like I gave Volume 1. But yeah, that is all the books that I read for the month. As you can see, it was an up and down month, and I still can say it was a very good month, and I enjoyed all the books that I read besides Social Creature and the Maidens. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I have links to support POC movements and also Vietnam down below. I also have my social media links down below. You can follow me on my Twitter for updates on what I'm reading or what I have finished. And then I also post a little bit of book content alongside like makeup and whatnot on my Instagram. I have my StoryGraph and my Goodreads down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Ooh, that thunder. Bye.